Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic access guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane and the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
All right. Looks like we got one person here. Of course, that could have been me clicking on a different window. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to watch Roger Ledwell from today. This was her 19 hours ago. So, yeah.
You how to sell it and how to sell it at flea markets, sell it to your family, have gold parties. I remember the commercial.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I'm thinking, like an infomercial kind of instruction video.
I got to send a message out to Jim. Make more videos, Jim, so I can play them. Sorry. All right. You guys want to get on the topic?
Rock and roll.
You up for reciprocating zenith angles to hell? That's why I call it divergent droid. No, we got a mod over on FED. His name's Divergent Droid. He's an HVAC man. He's like the guy you meet when you get into Nathan's chat. He introduced himself. He tells you to hit the likes, and he shares videos and stuff. But
right, I'm gonna sit back and suck it in like a sponge because I don't know anything about
reciprocating zenith angles.
Zenith angles. I mean, unless it had something to do with the sandwich I made today, I'm not gonna get it.
I get you.
It's not about napping. It's not about napping either.
Thank you.
Saw and logs have nothing to do with this, but he's going to show you how all the zenith angles on Earth to anything in the sky reciprocate from each other, and he uses a whole bunch of refraction and stuff to do it. So,
hey, Westside. Oh, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's about almost 9:10. Yeah, it's a little late.
The idea is that.
Are you saying you agree
Thanks.
with this, Roger?
No,
or
I
are you
don't.
saying
No.
you disagree with this? So why are we watching something that you disagree with?
Well, I want to show how they do it.
How they do it. Okay.
Yeah. Space Miner. Who is
Hey, Jordan.
Space Miner? Okay,
Right
we have
on.
a new one in the chat.
I don't know.
How you doing, Space Miner?
Puff, puff, fast, motherfucker.
I think I've heard of this guy before.
Sounds
What's
like
he mining? What are you mining for there in that space place?
rocks.
Rocks?
Styrofoam rock. All right.
Styrofoam rocks.
So this guy does, I think, amateur surveying is basically what it is. He's showing how it works. We'll just get a taste of it.
Okay, I'm now occupying the eastern point.
The Adelaide.
The point that's 5 seconds to the east of the stone tablet.
Okay, now, where he gets the seconds from is the angle to the star. It's declinate a second. So that's an arc minute. You know what that is, right? Anybody? You good with it?
I do. Yeah,
arc
I know.
At
I know
40
the
north.
argument.
Now, arc seconds is just a very small amount of an arc minute, which is a small amount of a degree. It's not. Jesus. I mean, they're kind of smart. They get sort of it, but they just don't get it.
To the star. It's declinate. Where he gets the seconds from is the angle to the star. It's declinate a second. So that's an arc minute.
Okay. Is he declinating to a star? Is he looking at a star, Roger? No, he's not. Arc seconds is just a portion of a degree, man. You can use arc seconds looking up, left, right, down. Doesn't matter. It's just how much you're looking that direction.
You know what that is, right? Anybody? You good with it?
I do. Yeah,
arc
I know.
No, thanks, Jordan. Thanks, Jordan.
Arc second or arc minute?
Arc seconds.
I've already
Arc
occupied
second, yeah.
the tablet and observed 10 sets of direct and reverse zenith angles.
Wait, what did they just say? Hold on a second.
Good with it?
I do.
Second. So that seconds from is the angle to the star. It's declinate a second. So that's an arc minute. You know what that is, right? Anybody? You good with it?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah, arc
I
minute.
know it's
At
I know
40
the arc
north,
minutes,
west
arc hours.
75.
Arc second or arc minute?
Arc seconds.
I've already
Arc
occupied
second, yeah.
the tablet and observed 10
Jesus.
sets of direct and reverse zenith angles to this location.
I mean, an arc second is just a degree of precision. It's not what you use. It's what is within the measurement. You use degrees, but they can be broken down into arc minutes and arc seconds.
And to the southern location, as well as the interior angle.
The whole point is that the angle he's getting is to whatever stars above him or the sun. So, they actually add in refraction with what they call terrestrial refraction, which has the radius of the Earth built into it.
Let me ask this: if the stars are, it's the daytime?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And he said he's sighting to a tablet, not a star, Roger.
Well, he's not. He's probably using the sun, or he's using stellarium to reference where the stars are supposed to be at.
No, he said he's sighting to a tablet.
I guarantee you that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, how does he? If the stars are constantly, yeah, all right. So I don't know.
Well, he's matched up longitude and latitude to go with it, which has another built-in radius of the sphere too.
Is he factoring in that we're spinning too on top?
Oh, 21.5 doesn't matter for spinning, asshole. $21.47. Let's go back and watch it.
Unless I.
It's not about napping. It's not about napping either.
Thank you.
Saw and logs have nothing to do with this, but he's going to show you how all the zenith angles on Earth to anything in the sky reciprocate from each other, and he uses a whole bunch of refraction and stuff to do it. So the idea is that.
Are you saying you agree with this, Roger?
No,
or you're saying you disagree with this? So why are we watching something that you disagree with?
Well, I want to show how they do it.
How they do it. Okay.
Yes, how intelligent people do it.
Space Miner. We got a new one in the chat.
I don't know.
How you doing, Space Miner? I think I've heard of this guy before.
Hey, Cygnus.
What's he mining? What are you mining for there in that space place?
Rocks.
Rocks? Styrofoam rocks. All right.
Styrofoam rocks.
So this guy does, I think, amateur surveying is basically what it is. He's showing how it works. We'll just get a taste of it.
Okay, I'm now occupying the eastern point.
The Adelaide.
The point that's 5 seconds to the east of the stone tablet.
Okay.
The stone tablet. So he's not sighting on a star. He's sighting on something that's east of a stone tablet.
Where he gets the seconds from is the angle to the star. It's declinate a second. So that's an arc minute. You know what that is, right? Anybody? You good with it?
I do.
As well as the interior tablet, and observed 10 sets of direct and reverse zenith angles to this location and to the southern location, as well as the interior angle.
The whole point is that the angle he's getting is to whatever stars above him or the sun. So,
no, that's not the angle he's getting, Roger. He's getting an angle to something out in the distance. That's what he's getting the angle to.
They actually add in refraction with what they call terrestrial refraction, which has the radius of the Earth built into it.
Yeah.
Let me ask this.
That should tell you something, man. That should tell you something.
If the stars are, it's the daytime?
Yeah, well, he's probably using the sun, or he's using stellarium to reference where the stars are supposed to be at.
I guarantee.
Yeah, he is.
I guarantee you that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
but I mean, how does he? If the stars are constantly, Yeah, all right. So I don't.
Well, he's matched up longitude and latitude to go with it, which
All right,
has another built-in radius of the sphere too.
Is he
can
factoring
actually-
in that we're spinning too on top of it?
That's not important. It has absolutely no bearing on his measurement that we're spinning because he's not measuring to a star. He's measuring to something stationary on the Earth.
Isn't that
well,
where
that's where the arc minutes come in because the stars are moving.
Yeah, and the reciprocation part too, right? The reciprocation part is because of spinning, right?
Yeah, but
No, it's not.
they have to have parallel starlight or sunlight to do this proper in their model, which they don't
No, wrong again. Dude, come on, man.
have because there is no such thing as parallel light anywhere. There's always a source.
Let's look up reciprocal zenith angles. Reciprocal zenith angles. Wow. MC Tune is the first thing that comes up. Huh. Wow. Okay. Reciprocal zenith angles are two zenith angle measurements taken between 2 points simultaneously in opposite directions. This technique is used in trigonometric leveling to accurately determine height differences and distances by canceling out effects of atmospheric refraction and the Earth's curvature. By comparing the sum of the two angles to 180 degrees, surveyors can derive more precise measurements than using a single angle measurement. So no, it has nothing to do with spin. See, reciprocal means back and forth, not spin. Sorry, buddy. You know, if I give you money and you reciprocate, you give me money back.
This is a belief they base this on.
How did they come up with the equations for this if everything is moving? The ground's moving, the sun's moving, the stars moving, everything
Is the ground moving? That'd be weird, wouldn't it? I've tripped on acid and seen the ground move.
is moving. How do they?
And I was in San Francisco at the time, and it really freaked me the fuck out.
Polaris is their reference point for all of it.
Yeah, it will be the.
No. For what? Reciprocal zenith angles? No, it's not.
Thought it doesn't move, right?
Yep.
All right.
So
no, Polaris does move by a half a degree left or right around the center. So it just keeps striking out, man.
everything's referenced off of that in each
It's like playing baseball against a blind school.
equinox and each one of the solstices. They get it mapped to that point during those time periods.
Right.
So that's how they did mapping work in the sky.
Make it make sense, Roger. Make it make sense.
He can't because he's not smart enough.
I'll try.
I don't know any of this, so this is all new to me.
So wait,
Well, then you should go Google it if you want to learn about it. Don't listen to this dumb fuck.
so really quick though, are you trying to say that he is trying to get the zenith of a star during the daytime?
Or he's using either the limb of the sun or either of the stars, but they're moving too, so you can't really use them as a reference. But it's a shot in the dark.
The zenith is not to a star, dude. The zenith is straight over your head. You're measuring an angle off that zenith. Just straight up over your head is zenith. There doesn't have to be anything up there.
Dark, basically.
Wow.
Okay, this sounds like a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, this is based on the latitudes. Yeah, that's what they're using. That's why he went from one latitude in the south to the north, and he's going to show how the zenith angles from those points reciprocate to a moving object in the sky with a predetermined radius involved in the equation too. And when they go
Is that what he's going to do, Roger?
calibrate these damn theodolites, they even add that refraction rate into the arc seconds too.
They what? They do what?
they even add, and when they go calibrate these damn theodolites, they even add that refraction rate into the arc seconds too.
Well, that number one, that makes absolutely no fucking sense at all. But no, they don't. When they calibrate them, well, I don't even know how they calibrate them, but when you're in the field and you want to calibrate your theodolite, you look one direction, you're on a flat surface, you look one direction, and then you flip it around and you look the other direction. And the amount that it's off, that's what you adjust for. That's your calibration.
That's the way geodetic surveying works.
It's saying divergence refers to the act of moving apart or different.
They say, well, that's how that works. You don't know. You've proven that you don't know how that works.
From a common point or standard.
Yeah. So each one of these points of the star or the limb are different from north to south. What they do is they put the curvature in there to fill the gap between the divergence. And all zenith angles.
What? Limb?
Yeah. So each one of these points of the star or the limb are different from north to south. What they do is they put the curvature in there to fill the gap between the divergence. And all zenith angles supposedly diverge. But I mean, if you
Yes. Same way as all plumb bobs diverge.
just drop a plumb bob and you get your height above level, you won't have any diverging anything because the earth is flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point is they're using this.
But yet we have divergence. See how that works? If you don't have it, the earth is flat. If you do have it, the earth isn't flat. The earth has to be curved.
Stars, and that's what Shane and Alan are doing, pulling those apart with those arc seconds, how they're off to where they're supposed to be in the globe model in stellarium, and how they match up with the flat planar measurements to these.
But they don't. Stellarium uses the heliocentric model in its source code.
Diverging, supposedly.
How could it use flat earth measurements, which nobody's ever taken? Nobody's ever presented measurements for the flat earth, so how could it be inherent in something?
Diverging zeniths or to the zeniths of the stars or whatnot. And then they use real refraction. Shane and Alan both use, instead of the grade they have for their refraction, heavy refraction, light refraction today, and they don't even use Snell's law, which actually is provable. You put a light through a medium, you're going to get it to actually bend.
That's what refraction is. That's what the adjustment for refraction takes care of, Roger.
Into a new medium. That's where the divergence comes.
No, it doesn't have to be a new medium. It just has to be a different density of medium.
Comes in. So they have to be.
That's the same as when you stick a pencil into a cup of water.
Yeah, the same idea. You can do it with any other medium when light travels between the two. It will diverge. Yeah. This is no globe proof whatsoever. This is just how they mapped it or converted everything into their globe math from a flat plane, literally.
No, not even figuratively. No, that's not how shit works, Roger.
This is a short little video, but I'm going to demonstrate this with just plain R.
Then how come it's taken you so long to get through it, dude?
Trigonometry and just go out with a theodolite or an auto level and just get a zenith from one point to the other. I'll do a straight line distance to it, measure it from one point to the other. There's nothing diverging about it. But,
it's weird while they're taking measurements on everything.
So then you're going to do a completely different experiment to prove him wrong?
Is moving, including the ground, the stars, the sky, the sun. I don't know. It's weird to me that they're able to get. I mean, I'm sure they could probably get it at certain fixed points, and say, okay, it's moving across the sky. Take one from here, take one from here, take one from here.
Well, they claim that there is a celestial refraction that happens to the terrestrial, and that's what Shane is deciphering for him and using real refraction in the.
What, Shane St. Pierre? That dipshit? Okay, good luck with that.
process. That's what you're actually seeing. They have a different kind of refraction from one sky to ground.
Yeah.
I think Matt's keep popping in and out. Yeah.
Saying they don't realize that anything above 20 degrees, you don't have to deal with refraction. They also don't realize that with certain weather conditions, you don't have to consider refraction because you just get standard refraction.
Is your thing charged?
Yeah, man, it's 99%.
I mean, page 4, I think, in the Nautical Almanac, it's got a chart of how much refraction to apply depending on the atmospheric pressure and the temperature.
I don't know what's going on here.
Are you on
chilling,
Wi-Fi?
I'm chilling. No, I'm actually on 5G, but it's
okay. So
showing
you're just like basically on a cell phone. Yeah.
Hold your left foot up and jump up and down and see if it helps.
Yeah,
And lick your index finger and plug it into a socket.
Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, supposed to do and just punch the screen. Oh,
Yeah. Damn thing.
Maybe
Slapping around. Maybe that'll
fix it.
Now, Space Miner's making a good point there. All right, so he's going to show you how to calculate the refraction indexes and everything, and to get the actual reciprocating zenith angles. That's what he's going to do next.
All right.
Which is 9006 something. So now I'm going to proceed to do 10 sets of zenith angles back to the tablet from here. That's the reciprocal zenith angle. We should find a tilt there. It should be the sum of those, the mean of those zenith angles and the mean of the zenith angles here. The sum of that should be over 180 degrees.
So
and then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to go occupy that point down there to measure the reciprocal zenith angles there. I've lost my nice overcast skies I had. We got the sun keeps
so he's using
out.
the sun lamp.
So the sighting conditions are changing a little bit, but because the distance is short, the effect is very small. I'm not noticing much effect there. If you're trying to sight very, very far away, you're definitely going to get blurry conditions, but this is working out pretty nicely. All right, back later with some results.
Okay, here we go. Results. Nope. Oh, I guess he's giving results here. Let's see.
I'm gonna go through a few of these problems with you. It's for zenith angles and.
See, that wasn't Divergent Droid. This is Jesse Kozlowski.
This is,
or it could have been Michigan Surveyor or somebody, but this is not Divergent Droid.
Working out pretty nicely. All right, back later with some results.
Okay, here we go. Results. Nope. Oh, I guess he's giving results here. Let's see.
I'm gonna go through a few of these problems with you. It's for zenith angles and angle of elevations and angle depressions. We're probably gonna do 3 or 4 videos just to kind of.
No, he didn't show his work. Oh well. That's another video altogether.
It's so complicated that my mind is just
They're using
circuiting.
Like the guy was getting ready to show there, he's using depression angles from the optics. In other words, there's going to be distortion in it, so there's going to be depression toward the lower half. So they have to calculate that too, but it's not a real measurement as it goes.
Could be a depression toward the bottom half. What the?
It's just optics. A physical measurement would actually go out there and actually measure the height to that angle, which they.
Why? How would you go out and measure the height of that angle if you're right there? Do you know what the fuck you're talking about? The closer you get to it, the bigger the angle is going to be, dipshit. That's how perspective works.
They can't. I
God
don't think
damn.
anybody can. So it's like they can manufacture any kind of rate of reciprocation.
Yeah,
Anyway.
one mind, one spirit said they claim the Earth moving is what's making the stars appear to move.
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the opposite. That's moving. What's above you is moving, and you
No, it's been proven. I mean, if shit was if the reason stars move is they're moving and we're stationary, the star trails would be oval, unless you're right at the North Pole. Plus, you'd never ever not see Polaris. Well, yeah, you would never see Polaris because you'd never not see the sun. It'd be daytime all the time.
You are not.
And Michelson Morley and every like Aries failure and a couple other different. There's a few other different physicists that actually prove that there's no shift.
You ever wonder what the word failure means in that title?
In the light, it's not parallel. If all the light were parallel and we were moving, you'd have to follow that light at that point.
No, all light is parallel. Or sunlight is parallel. Here, watch this. This is cool. Where is it? Yeah, here you go. See? Check it out. Parallel. Parallel light rays, man. It's the only way that can happen is if the light rays are parallel. Directly overhead. But see, when you come down lower, see what's happening to them? Because of perspective, the shit that you think you understand. There you go. There you have a crepuscular style ray, a divergent sunlight. But when you look at it at 90 degrees, they're parallel.
It wouldn't come out from it. You wouldn't get any star light in the sky. There'd be a point there. It's in a medium. You can actually see it. And they say that's the atmospheric refraction. That's where they add in their radius values into that. Matt, did you drop a link in there?
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Anyways,
Jesus.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a little experiment with it.
Roger just starts throwing out terms, just throwing terms out. They don't match each other. They have nothing to do with each other. He just throws them out there.
And I won't
and then does his little fucking Beavis impersonation.
Use any of their refraction indexes in the process. You can actually get a distance to the point you got there. If you're stationary on the ground, you get a point at zenith of the sun. At that time, you can time it. You can time it at the other side too. You can get the same.
Say what? What?
I'm gonna do a little experiment with it, and I won't use any of their refraction indexes in the process. You can actually get a distance to the point you got there. If you're stationary on the ground, you get a point at zenith of the sun.
At zenith of the sun? You mean the sun directly overhead?
At that time, you can time it. You can time it at the other side too.
Other side of what?
You can get the same time at the other measurement. So if you're at noon there in the south, noon at the north, you can actually get a straight triangle to that location.
How did they do it? Oh, man, it's complicated.
I mean, unless you're like between the tropics, you're not. The sun is not going to be at your zenith ever.
How did they? Well, because how does that machine see the sun? Because I mean, I know when we look at it with our eye,
there's a sight on the side of it, just like a telescope.
Is there some kind of screwery with the?
You don't look at the sun with a theodolite, man. Fuck.
I mean, it's using a lens, obviously, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And the furthest distance I think you can actually see with those basic auto levels is like what 250, I think, meters maybe at the most.
No, you can see a lot further than 250 meters, man. That's a telescope, asshole. You can see a lot. You can see really, really far.
Because I know when I'm looking at the sun, the angle of the sun is changing until it goes directly up over my head. Then as it goes away from me, the angle of the sun's changing. So how do they factor? Do they factor in the optical side of it? Like how do they?
Yeah, they get a rate on the optics.
All right.
Yeah. So they rate the optics for how far it can go, but those little theodolites won't give you the proper distance to the actual celestial. And even the celestial theodolites are not rated that good neither.
Celestial theodolites? There's no such thing as a celestial theodolite. I don't think. Journal of Geocentric Cosmology. There's no such thing as a celestial theodolite, man. Nothing. It's fake. It's something that fucking Shane St. Pierre made up. It's fucking horse shit.
But there are some that are pretty decent, and that's where they get the null experiment from, the null hypothesis, actually. They took a celestial theodolite, the doctor here at Pikes Peak did it, and the star wasn't where it was supposed to be. It leaned more toward the calculations with the flat Earth. So he'll walk you through it. I think Banjo, but what's that guy's name? Ben, Taboo Conspiracy, actually has the whole thing on his channel, broken down. The whole experiment or this whole observation.
Some of those things are some big time money, huh?
Yeah, I think he got his used and he spent a lot on it too, and he had to refurbish it. So
$6,000.
Theodolite?
Yeah, some of these ones I'm looking at they're cruising $6-7 grand.
Dude, they don't really do that much though. All they do is just calculate angles and stuff. Like it's not that well.
I had a chance to get a Nikon. I can't remember if it was a theodolite or an auto level, but I had a chance to get one made by Nikon for like $80 at the thrift store. At the Paul Bunyan is our local thrift store because this is big. It's called Redwood. We're in Redwood country. And this Paul Bunyan is like everywhere in this town.
Well, the new ones, I guess, are really crazy.
We have Paul Bunyan days. We got Paul Bunyan and Babe floats. It's pretty interesting. I might go ahead and next time they have one, I might film it. Stream it.
Yeah.
They got electric ones.
The
new ones now run off of the new ones now run off of they run off like Wi-Fi and shit. So they actually do this.
They always have like a guy dressed up like Paul Bunyan with a blue jeans with a rolled up pants, the fucking red flannel shirt, and then like an ox that's painted blue. They got a big like wooden axe.
Like triangulation for you.
It's pretty
like
cute.
Like cameras, they have these like built-in signals, so where when you take a picture of like the moon or whatnot, it'll like artificially, like put texture on it.
Yeah, like an AI image. It's like an AI almost.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what Apple did, which was fucking stupid. But no, you can see the detail of the moon, just a telescope, man. You don't need a camera.
Mm-hmm.
But like that new Samsung phone that they got out now that they say, oh, you can take these clear pictures of the moon. Well, what it is that phone is tracking your GPS, right? So you point your picture up to the moon, and what it does is it takes a picture of like what a high power camera would, but it does an AI imaging thing. But when you zoom in and actually look at the pixels are all wrong.
Yeah.
Like everything's all wrong about
it. Has some kind of processing in it that.
Yeah. It's all wrong.
Tries to make it look clearer, so it probably has some kind of processing stuff.
So really quick though, in chat, they're talking about stars moving. It's like, dude, the whole thing. They say that all stars are moving away from each other. That's the whole thing. One mind, one spirit.
For the Big Bang thing, yeah.
No, I mean it's what they say is happening. Yes, it's all expanding. It's an expanding universe. So that means that every single thing you see in the sky is moving away from each other, even too. So that's what they say.
That was from the Galaxy S10, man. That's old. Since the Galaxy S10, Galaxy smartphones. Since the S10. Have included Scene Optimizer. This camera function uses advanced AI to recognize objects. Since the Galaxy S21 series, the Scene Optimizer has the capability to recognize the moon as an object. This means that the detail-enhanced engine, a key feature of Scene Optimizer, is applied to the photos of the moon. When you take a photo of the moon with your Galaxy device, the camera uses deep learning based AI along with multi-frame processing to enhance details. It doesn't put details in that aren't there. It just enhances the details that are seen. So
So I don't know where they're getting.
Tell the motion, it comes back to the same spot that it does on an annual basis, dude, regardless.
Well, that's because they say that we're just spinning.
No, sure.
And it's so far away, Roger. You have to remember, it's so far away that it doesn't matter for thousands of years.
You can't touch it.
It doesn't matter because it's so far away.
Yeah. And, by the way, Mikey did a sunset observation with an airplane in it. You want to look at it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Man, some of those things are expensive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the doctor here paid, I think, around like 5,000 or something.
For that one he was using right there?
No, not that one. No, that's an auto level. That's he's a main surveyor, and he goes around trying to fudge numbers to make it fit a globe on a regular. He does videos about it. So I'm supposed to refute his claim. He was brought up during the debate I had by Astronomy Live. So I told him I would actually get an auto level and go out and see if I can find reciprocating zenith angles. But it is
cool though how they get the levelness, and then when you can see, the thing is they need one that has like a zoom lens on it. You know what I'm saying, Roger? Like a theodolite with a zoom, because then you can see how much how level it really is at really far distances. Because normally they're only like, what are they, like an 8 times zoom or something, like really small zoom.
That's why they don't go that far. That's why they can't.
Yeah, like you can't see that far. But like, imagine if you had like a P1000 on a theodolite auto leveler or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right,
Which
like a 10
you can do that.
He took an auto level, basically just put a telescope on it, and he got a 36 mile observation.
I see what this thing does. This is a little better because it's easier for me to understand. It says it can be set up on a parallel offset to the line for checking plumb. A steel scale can be used to check the consistent offset. Tilt-up walls can be done by using a theodolite that's set up on the line of the wall by checking the bottom and top positions.
You're perpendicular.
Yeah, for dial grades / pipe laser setups, including manhole and pipe elevations, so they can do like sewer systems and stuff with it. So
for building. Yeah. But that's the auto levels, right?
No, this is the theodolite.
Theodolite, yeah.
Yeah, it's
there's different grade ones. There's Astro ones too. They make for star observations.
Yeah, this one says precision DET2 theodolite 2 second accuracy digital transit.
An astrotheodolite. See, that would be called a telescope. That's a telescope.
But I was looking at it says basic and steep grade work can be used for short range grade work at very steep angles. Only along the line of sight can be used to
angling grades. Yeah, grading and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so now I understand what that.
But remember we were talking about plumbing, and you just talked about having plumb lines and everything like that. You know, plumbing up. Think about this, right? So like, imagine like the biggest building in the world. If they plumbed their all
the curve.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to the curve. Like imagine the walls. Like think about it though. Like that's the kind of thing that I think that these people don't realize, that when they're talking about things like this, is like, do you realize how, even if it's like you even said the other day, like a fraction of an inch off at the bottom is gonna be feet, or I mean, a huge difference, right? So imagine you have this building that's like, it's all 4 corners will be all tilting away from each other, dude. It makes no sense, dude.
I mean, we took that plate and put it on that thing, and we took measurements of it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this thing is dead on. And by the time
you took measurements, you didn't calculate shit.
No, well, we took a measurement from the side. So like the plate has these little standoffs that come up. It had a concrete. We basically built it out of a concrete tub. So we what do you call it, hole? Then we figured out, okay, let's just make a giant tub. Let's just take like a barrel. We'll dig something out that's deep enough, like the size of a barrel, a tub, whatever you want to call it. We'll fill it with concrete, and then when it gets to the top, we'll make a thing that sits on the top. We'll level the ground, and then we'll just drop a steel plate on top of it that goes down into the concrete, and then we'll just level it. So we leveled it perfect. But I know that even when they said in the book that when you're doing this, it's not going to be perfect, because if you're just off a hair on the bottom of the base of the
Actually, there is a such thing as a astronomical theodolite. It's called a fucking sextant.
Plate, and now you put a 35-foot crank up tower, and that plate isn't absolutely perfect. That little tiny amount, if it was a friggin' hair at the base plate, by the time you go 35 feet up, that thing's way off.
Way off.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. We got that thing, and we cranked it up. We set the lines up. We cranked that thing up. We got it up so it was up all the way, and then we just pulled the lines down to tighten the lines up, and then we walked around it, and you could see, like, I was like, this thing is way off. How did this happen? Because
think about that as a reference, man. Hold on for a second. Now think about that. Now, if you're using a theodolite and that reference to the star, and you're 32 arc seconds off, how far is your measurement off?
Oh my God! By that time, at that distance, it's outrageous.
Yeah, because they're saying the star's so far away, then it's going to be so crazy. Dude.
The amount of accuracy that would.
If you're 32 arc seconds off, you're 32 arc seconds off. It doesn't matter how close the thing is to you. Jesus fucking Christ! Holy shit! It's like watching fucking grade schoolers talk. It really is. It's like watching a bunch of grade schoolers who overheard conversations in a high school, and they thought they would talk about it.
Would have to be would be thinner than a hair. If you were that thin of a hair off and you went 70 miles, even if you just say it went up 70 miles from that point, and then you said, okay, let's take a measurement. If you could take a tower and have that tower and crank that.
It's 70 miles. That would be, if it's to a star, that would be a degree. Yeah. Yeah, about a degree. 1.6 degree, no, 1.2, 1.3, something like that. Degrees. It's not much.
That thing up and guy it to 70 miles with no wind, with no, what do you call it? It's standing straight, and you took it exactly. You were off by a quarter of a width of a hair by the time you went 70 miles up and took a measurement on how much that thing would be off, how perfect that measurement would have to be for it to not, by the time you get up to the top of the 70 miles, it would be way the fuck off. Way off. I mean, we only went 35 feet and you could walk around it and see that you could see the angle it was leaning at. And I was like, how? We just went, how? I didn't
No. No, if it is perfectly plumb, you can't tell that it's leaning away from you at 70 miles. There's absolutely no fucking way, pal.
understand it until I thought about the distance and then said, oh, the distance from the plate to the tip. That's why.
Yeah, it's exponential. It's like an exponential divergence or whatever.
So we had to put shims underneath. We had to pull the whole thing down, take it all
We heard
off.
the story, D-Man. You
Oh
told
my God, dude.
You told us the whole story the other night, D-Man.
Something that only should have took us 2 or 3 hours took us 2 or 3 days to get that thing.
Yeah, but you know what? Right. Thank God for shims, because without shims, all kinds of things would have problems everywhere. Every house would have a problem. You know what I mean? Like woodworking, like shims, like save your life a lot. You know, putting doors in, windows, shims are awesome.
I was going to answer Nate. Nate over here. So Ruhif came on South Channel. I was like, he really came on it. You know who Ruhif is?
Must have been a long time ago. That might have been a long time ago.
Yeah, Ruhif won't answer my questions. I sent him a couple photographs and I told him to give me a measurement and explain why I can see this one. And like I put it in his chat one time and he never answered me back. He never got back.
Scott, I was only saying it just because I know there was some people weren't on here last time. But
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, dude.
But I mean, seriously, that was a big.
But you already you did a long dissertation.
I know, because I never done it though, so I didn't understand it until I did it.
It was like one of your eureka moments in life where you're like, oh wow, that's.
Oh, I never put a tower up. I thought that through for a week, and I was like, I got this. I know exactly how to do this. Yeah.
Well, like, what it makes me think of is like laying tile, like isolate tons of tile, and like if you lay tile in like a gigantic building or something, and you have a tiny bit of a tiny bit off on one tile and one part.
Yeah, you're
that,
way
that
off.
line, that line's gonna get so whacked out, and you're gonna mess your whole thing up, dude.
Yep. So D-Man, now you get what the Adelites and what these measurements are actually doing, what they include to get their globe measurements. They have to include all this refraction and arc second stag.
Yeah, it starts getting all wacky.
Yeah. So in other words, just keep a flat measurement on the Earth, and you include the motions of the stars.
Oof.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. And they move at 15 degrees an hour. They move in a circular pattern around the north. That's the way it works. Yeah. And if you keep that in mind, you can actually map the stars out. And it's not that hard to do. It's just like getting.
When you say mapping at fixed points, mapping at fixed points from here to here. So as it's moving from this distance. You can say, okay, at
you
that
hit it
point,
at that point. That's your distance. That's your longitude, and your meridians or your run lines are done the same way.
Are they? All right, so it's moving at a certain rate of speed, and they're able to just time it from one point to the other to come up.
That's why they invented watches actually in the first instance. That's because they wanted to be able to time the stars and time out where they're going to be with the timepiece, a quartz watch, basically. Yeah.
And Roger, you're talking about the zenith of stars, which means directly.
See, Roger is confusing a theodolite with a sextant. You don't use. Wow. Use a theodolite to see how high something is off the ground. What angle you're looking at off of center, off of level. It's not used to look at the stars.
Above your head, right?
I mean, you can, but there's other tools for that.
And how the reciprocation, how does that reciprocation part work?
Well, what they're doing, they're taking two measurements, and if you're measuring at
right. See, basically, it's like this. Oops. Hey, what the hell? I need to snap to the grid too. It is snapped. Okay. So you got a theodolite here, actually. Got a theodolite here. Why won't that do that? Right? It's perpendicular. We got a stick here. And we got a stick here. Let me shrink this down a little bit. Right? And you're looking straight out. Or no, I'm sorry, you got a theodolite here and a theodolite here, right? This is one place you're measuring, this is the other place you're measuring. And you have a stick that has a certain height to it. What we can do is bring that down to where these are, to there. And you can take an angle to a point here from this one. You can take an angle to a point with this one. And the difference in angles from 180 degrees is your reciprocal zenith angle. Now, what you can do, let's get rid of that, and that, and that. You can look through the eyepiece straight level, right? You make sure this is level, right? Perpendicular 90 degrees all the way around. And you can do the same thing with this one over here. Look back, and if the Earth is flat, what you'd see is the center of this lens right? Let's copy this, paste it. Hey, what the fuck? If the Earth is flat, the center of this lens will be dead center in this reticle. Same way with this one. This lens, this theodolite would be dead center in this reticle. Now, if the Earth is curved, and I'm going to over-exaggerate it a bit, you would have a theodolite here, and you'd have one here, and they would be looking straight out, 90-degree level, according to them. You would not see this in this viewfinder. You would see above it, and that's exactly what you see in real fucking life. What's his name? Jesse did it. He did it on one side of a pond or a lake, on each side of a lake, and he looked out at the opposite theodolite, and the crosshair was above on both of them. That means this scenario is what we were witnessing. Not this one. This one.
Longitude south of you to north of you, there's a reciprocating distance at that zenith. But they're
The distance? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
That's
I got
all
it. Yeah.
That doesn't prove globular.
And what's his name comes on to the show later. Andrew, or not Andrew. Oh, shoot, can't remember his fucking name. I'm free. That guy.
All right. Another question.
I think it's Andrew. He goes by different fucking names. I can't keep him straight.
How are they pointing at it? Are they just visually looking at it? How do they figure out? Well, I mean, you're looking at a light, so how is it? Are they just centering it into the center of the light that they see?
Yeah. And they use the limbs off of it, like the top and the bottom, to measure its distance, to scale it. That's all they're doing. But it's
the limbs. The limbs. I mean, like limbs, like arms and legs, limbs. No, Roger. No. The limb is the edge of the sun. We see points of light with stars. They don't have a limb.
It's in motion. There are fixed stars.
Well, I mean, they could, but the limbs are so fucking close together that it's just a dot. So when you're talking about limb, you're talking about the sun, the edge of the sun. When you're talking about the sun and the limb of the sun, you're talking about where it touches the horizon. That's when you use a sextant, not a theodolite.
I don't know all of them exactly, but supposedly the Southern Star, whatever it is, Sigma's on.
No, not even Polaris. Polaris does a tiny circle too, dude.
Yeah, itty bitty.
Tiny circle, but it does a circle, yeah.
And Mikey's observation shows that it just leans one side to the other. It like it spins like a top almost.
Yeah,
the point of the top limb of the star actually stays in the same position, from what I can.
Oh, you're saying it doesn't actually make it? No, because I think I've seen it in time lapses where it does actually make a circle, like with a hole in the middle.
Yeah, you got to know Mikey's using a different optic.
Yeah, he's using a binocular, like a binocular is what he's using, but a real high quality one.
So he's looking for a close object, not a far one. So instead of like getting overexposure to light, he's actually looking at the actual star itself.
No, I've seen it. My friend used a P1000, and like it looked like because if you think about it, it would.
No, Mikey uses an out of focus monocular or telescope. It's basically a telescope. It's an 80 millimeter binocular. It's out of focus. Jesus Christ.
Makes less sense if it was like overexposed or something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was overexposed, it would do what you're talking about, where it doesn't actually make a circle. It makes like kind of like a wobble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Like he actually got it to where it looked like an actual, like a little tiny O.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how he photographed those. I mean, that's not at all what Sirius looks like, even out of focus.
You know?
Oh, no. The thing is, like, I mean, in clarity,
like a Cheerio.
Like a very tiny Cheerio, yes.
Sorry, I have to use.
But if you think about it, though, it's so small that it moves so slightly where you could look through. Remember the what do you call it, the Georgia Guidestones, and still see it all the time. So they obviously made that hole just what I mean, like this a perfect size where you could always see it.
Yeah. Well, the thing I would love to go make observations like that in the north and in the south myself, and I'm going down to the south.
So that's how. So you would be able to go anywhere and.
So why did God make Polaris off center? Why did God make it keep going off center? Why? Why? That seems to me to be a very inaccurate clock.
And look at that fixed star and be able to use the theodolite to figure the distance from. How would that work if you were, say, a fixed star and you were using the theodolite?
It's just angle, not distance.
Okay,
Right?
so,
Don't
so it's just
use
angle too. So meaning
a theodolite,
and then from that point where it goes straight down to you, and then from you to back to it, right? You're just basically doing a triangle, like half triangle to it.
Yeah, but you need sea level, you need a level plane to get the distance. If that curves, this is where their geometry comes in.
All right,
yeah.
So I don't mean to sound like an idiot, but I'm a theodolite retard when it comes to
the newbie to the theodolite idea.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Well, it's just like the idea of like when planes come in, when they do their approach, what do they call it, the landing approach angles,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like if you're approaching at a baseline that's curved, you're going to have a different angle at approaching to reach the point, right?
Yeah, because everything ahead of you was curving down.
Yeah, so exactly. The level has to curve. That's why Merriam-Webster's threw that odd definition.
Yeah,
the calculation.
If it was straight out from you, then your approach angle would be totally different.
Yeah, that's why. You would come down at a different angle because the closer you get, like the curvature changes and everything. But it doesn't do that. It actually, all they do is they calculate to a flat baseline. The baseline is what matters in this situation. I think, right, Roger? Like that's the whole point of this is the baseline of the angle of the triangulation is what matters.
Right. Yeah. That's where you get.
No. The flat baseline is horizontal. When you're using a sextant, your initial measurement, your initial angle is from the horizon up to the sun, moon, star. Then you take your height, you look in a chart to see what the angle would be, your dip angle, and you subtract that from the angle. So you're moving it up to horizontal. That's how you find horizontal with a sextant. You subtract the dip angle from the total angle. Then you've got your angle to the sun or star or moon or whatever.
Get your 90 at. You can't get a 90 off a tangent. They have an imaginary tangent.
Didn't you have a graphic? Roger, what was that?
Yes, you can get a 90 off a tangent, motherfucker. Stop saying that. That's ignorant. Fuck me.
Graphic he was showing.
I mean, prove you don't know a fucking thing about geometry.
The angle over the flat over the globe that you showed last time. Didn't you have a graphic that showed that? You remember the graphic?
I have a few of them, but man, it's going to be really hard to grab. I could look up a video. I could get Ryan.
No, it's okay. I'll dig around while you're going. I saw that graphic you put the other day, which kind of explained exactly what Scott's saying about the approach.
Yeah, I know what you're saying too. I can't remember where it is. What we were doing.
Plus, you don't even fucking need the horizon. If you have a bubble sextant, it doesn't use the horizon. It tells you when you're level, when you're fucking plumb. If you're using an artificial horizon, dude, I can stand in my backyard, not seeing the horizon. The housetops are the horizon to me, unless I go out to the street and look down the fucking road at the ocean. But I take my artificial horizon, which is just basically a dish that holds water with lenses or it's like filters that go over it like a tent to keep you from burning your fucking retinas out. And you use that as your horizon.
Like, it wouldn't last. We didn't do a show last night, so I'm trying
No,
to
it was the other one.
Well, if you look at it though, I mean, like Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, and if you don't have those, you can use a fucking plumb bob and a protractor.
He breaks it down. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He has, so you're going to level your tool to sea level, and the altitude above it, and you do need a dip angle from your height above sea level, so that you have to calculate that much in over distance. But I mean, you're still going to the same level.
That would be crazy.
No, you're not going to the same level. No, you don't bring it down. It doesn't bring your point of view down to sea level. Never has, never will.
The descent angle.
You subtract the dip angle from the total angle.
Well, I mean, as you're coming down, but as you would start getting close, where you would have to land, you would have to tip the nose down way low. You have to take the nose.
Well, it's about the timing of it too. Like the timing of when you start to descend is the thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you start to
You're
descend, you're gonna descend. You're gonna start descending at a different. Because if it was a globe, you'd be.
I mean, if you're talking about a plane, you never lower your nose to descend. You don't have to dive to descend. You just cut back on the throttle.
Descending, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, none of them understand any of it. You're absolutely right, Cygnus. They're just functionally illiterate.
You'll be
to come in properly.
And they refuse to learn. They don't want any help. It's like, Jesus.
To get it land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on a flat runway.
It's like a wood carver, right, that has one finger left. Has to like duct tape the knife to his stump. You need any help, man? No, I got it. No, I'm fine.
Because it's actually, you get rise over run, you got to deal with that.
Phil said their argument is that they are using the base of 90 off of the center of the Earth.
Yeah. Right. That's actually how they derived all the longitude systems to start with. It's a 90 from north down. Did D-Man drop out? I think he did.
D-Man went back to sleep.
He's looking for the diagram.
Longitude and latitude are set based on degrees of a circle, and those are the length of each degree is based on the measured size of the Earth.
I can bet on it.
So for real though, Roger, speaking of him and his nap and his coffee that he got from the Dollar Tree, are you really telling me that there's actually groceries, like a grocery store at a Dollar Tree?
Yeah, go to California and go to any Dollar Tree.
I'm never going to California, by the way. I'm not doing that.
But
I've never seen that. No.
In the grocery side, it's all more than.
Well, Dollar Tree isn't the dollar store because the Dollar Tree is just like is the cheap crap. You know, the dollar store. Yeah.
Well, they do
the
have
dollar store. Remember, everything's a dollar. Remember, everything's a dollar. That was back when. No, because nothing's worth a dollar anymore. Everything's more than $1 now. That's why they have like $5 and below now too. You know that, and even in that place they have like $10 stuff and $15 stuff.
There's another one called 5 or more. Is that what you're talking about?
5 or more, or 5 below. I thought it was called.
No, 5 below. Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Yeah, like $5 or less. But then like in the back, it's like it's like $10 or less.
It's like Flat Earth University. That'd be another name for Flat Earth University. 5 or lower, 5 or less.
Yeah, that's where you get the good stuff, the good Chinese crap.
You know Rory, right? I'm gonna play.
Guaranteed not to educate you over a 5 IQ.
one of his videos first. He did a little demonstration of how the sun.
Rory? Oh, is this you think?
Yeah, you think.
Yeah.
Hook or crook. There's D-Man.
There you go. I don't know what happened. It just said reconnecting. I think my tower story broke the internet.
Like, not again. We got to shut him down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
I'm going to flip through Gleason's book on flat Earth.
Now, real Cygnus. There's no place for political violence. But this isn't political, so hey, go for it.
After this, I think I want to look at that.
He's not
I've
a
been doing some
politician.
reading into it. There's just some interesting things in the book. He did design the azimuth that everybody thinks is a flat Earth map. So he explains why he did what he did in his book. And a lot of people don't read the book to go with the map. You like Rory.
I want to encourage you, do your due diligence and be wary. So there are going to be people who are going to pose as your friends. They're going to give you contradicting
Oh, this dumb motherfucker.
information, so you need to think carefully. So with the information we're going to have a look at, we're going to look at its application right at the very end.
This is one of the idiots that tried to debunk TFE.
But if you can understand what a ball looks like and you know what a circle is, if you know what a cube is and a square, you can fit this ball, the sphere, into the circle and you fit the cube into the square. It's as simple as that. There's no maths.
The square hole. That's right, the square hole. God damn it, I gotta watch that now. We gotta watch that. I'm sorry. The square hole.
Spot that goes
The
in?
square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can you
rectangle.
guess where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the
The
square,
square hole.
And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got the semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
Semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. Arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole. This is a rectangle. Can you guess where that goes?
The square.
That's right. The square hole.
Yeah.
Up next, we have a triangle. Do you see a
The
hole
triangle.
in the triangle?
The triangle.
That's right. The triangle hole. Up next, the circle or cylinder. Can you
Circle.
guess where that goes?
The circle.
That's right. The circle. That goes in
Arch.
the arch
Oh my
hole.
god.
We also have a semicircle.
The semicircle.
Do you see a hole that would fit the semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. This is a semicircle. There's a thin rectangle. That goes in
The
the
thin.
thin rectangle hole. And
I haven't seen this part of it.
last, we have a square.
The square.
You guessed it. That's right. The square hole.
Yes.
I haven't seen the redemption before. That's pretty funny.
It's not difficult to understand. So we know this saying very well. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it probably is a duck. It simply means that for us to identify the true nature of something, we need to base
Right, if you walk around saying stupid shit, you're probably stupid.
it on its evident qualities and actions, rather than allowing ourselves to be swayed by attempts to disguise it or redefine it. So simply put, if it looks flat and stationary, well, because it is flat and stationary.
Unless we measure it. Right? Unless you measure it. Then it can't just be something you think it is.
So one of the hurdles you're going to have to deal with is authority. Now, you know what a duck looks like. You
Oh, you mean smart people?
know what a rooster looks like. Now, if someone in authority says, look, this is a rooster, you can see it's not.
Right. You can see it's not. Right.
I'll hop out, Roger. It's too.
So why would you be
Get some sleep, man.
Have a good
Alright,
one.
man.
persuaded?
I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for
to
coming on my stream.
ignore
It's been a good
your
stream too. I know I've been
mind
kind of quiet. I've just been
and go
listening,
with
and
the authority?
I'm not too knowledgeable on these
Does
topics.
that
I'm
make
just
sense to
learning.
you?
Yeah,
See you,
well,
man.
later, Jaden.
All right, see you. Have a good night, guys.
Rooster looks like. Now, if someone in authority
So let me see. So if you say that this is a ladybug, right? Say no, it's not a ladybug. It's a spider. Say no, it's a ladybug. See, look at it. Well, so then we can investigate. We can measure its 8 legs. We can measure its pinch, its jaws, shit like that. You know, we can measure things. We can investigate. You just don't fucking look at something and say, yep, that's exactly what that is, because I think I see this. Does this have, you think this thing has two eyes? Think these are things that this moth can see out of? They look just like eyes, right? Think they can see out of those eyes? You think this insect fell off a fucking tree? No, it looks like a leaf, so it had to have been growing on a fucking tree, right? Just because you see something doesn't mean that's exactly what it fucking is. We've measured the Earth.
Authority says, look, this is a rooster. You can see it's not. So why would you be persuaded to ignore your own mind and eyes and go with the authority? Does that make sense to you?
Because people in authority have measured shit. I'll trust measurement over your opinion any day of the fucking week, pal.
They're going to try
Twice
and
on
convince you,
Sunday.
Right, whatever you do, it's a critical experiment that you need to have a peer review, right? That this critical experiment clearly demands nothing less than a full-blown clown parade for validation.
So, scientific peer review. What is scientific peer review? So so you're completely just getting rid of the scientific method, because that's part of the scientific method is peer review, repeatability, peer review, shit like that. So you're just saying fuck all that. It's flat because I see it because I think it's flat. What a fucking clown this guy is.
After years of tireless study and a PhD level deep dive into the collective psyche of like-minded clowns could one possibly hope to evaluate it. And what is the critical experiment? Well, you're going to take a cube and put it in a square hole. Because they're circus clowns. Right? So let's get on with it.
So this is coming from a person who has absolutely zero idea, knows fuck all about science. Because that's not at all what they fucking do, man.
Look at the evidence, and then right at the end of this, what I show you, we're going to make application of why this information is so important to you. So we're going to look at some video.
And again, this cube will not fit in this hole. This square will not fit in that hole. Won't.
Why this information is so important to you. So we're going to look at some video footage. Now it's simple. In the video footage, we're going to see Polaris and the moon. And the camera is...
Yeah, and they're circular star trails and not oval. That's how we know the Earth is... That's how we know the Earth spins and not the stars move.
Pointing up. You see the tree? Right?
Can I ask you something?
So in the heliocentric model, we are told that...
Why is the... Did they purposely do the camera trick to scoop the ground out, see how it's raised up on the edges? Was that done for...
No, that's a wide-angle lens. Most astronomical cameras, like earthbound astronomical cameras, ones basically stargazing cameras, are basically a wide-angle lens, wide-angle camera with a wide-angle lens on a camera. And you normally just set it down on a counter or like the sidewalk or a picnic table or your deck or the deck railing, and you just let it do its thing. I can't remember who makes them, but I think Celestron makes one. Probably all the major telescope manufacturers make one. You can make one yourself. But yeah, being a fisheye has nothing to do with seeing the stars like this.
For a reason so that they can put... Was that done for a reason so that it just isn't, a normal flat ground surface you can see on the picture on the bottom? See how it's kind of scooped like reversed?
Yeah,
like
that's a lens effect. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Is that done for a reason? That he did that for a reason?
Well, I don't think he did this video. He's just analyzing the video.
Okay,
Some of the time lapse that they did. He's going to show you how it's irrelevant, like what you're seeing, the optic effect.
Right.
The Earth is spinning. You're on a ball. So let's look at the video footage and see if this is true. Here's a photograph from the video footage. Here's the video footage. Now let's look at this and think about it. So in the video footage, we see Polaris in front of the cameraman. The camera's pointing up to the night sky. And there's the moon, and there's the orbital part of the moon. So is the Earth turning?
Yes.
Well, it can't be, because you would be rotating. Remember, you see the horizon, so the horizon would be rotating like this.
No, you wouldn't. Because you're on the fucking Earth, asshole. The fuck you talking about?
So there's a problem. If you're saying that the Earth is moving, that's the way you would have to rotate. Now let's look at this in 3D perspective.
Right. If you're looking out from space, that's exactly what you'd see.
If you had to see Polaris, remember at night time it's a full moon, the moon must be behind you. In the day, the sun must be behind you. If it's a new moon, the moon must be the other side of the ball. So you can never see Polaris and you can never see the moon at the same time.
Yeah, you can. Most fucking certainly can. What the fuck are you talking about, man? You can see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time.
Because the moon must be behind you, and when it's in front of you, it's on the other side of the ball.
What?
Right. So this evidence, this one video clip shows that there's a problem with the heliocentric model. So
You're a moron, man. You are a fucking idiot. What the fuck are you talking about?
what about, is the Earth flat?
I mean, check out Stellarium. Stellarium uses the heliocentric model as its source code. So check out Stellarium. Or this, because Stellarium will match this perfectly.
Well, let's get to that. Look, here's another
You're
video
just a
clip.
fucking idiot.
Just so that we clear in our mind what the main issues are. This person forms...
The main issue is your intelligence, which is very, 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 very low. The second issue is your gullibility, which is very, 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 very high, along with your confidence. See, that's called the Dunning-Kruger effect.
The ocean, there's the mountains, there's the moon's orbit path. So where's Polaris? Well, it must be in front of him. So how can he see the orbital path of the moon? The moon sets behind the horizon. Because if the moon carried on, 12 hours later it must rise up in what position? In the position on his right hand side. Now what rises up there? Well, the sun does. So do you see why this is a problem? Let's look at it.
No, there isn't a problem. See, you think the Earth is flat, so you think it would be a problem, but the Earth isn't flat, so it's not a problem at all. It's perfectly predicted by the heliocentric model.
It in the same video clip. If you see Polaris, you can't see the moon. Well, neither can you see the sun, because the sun must also be behind you. In the day, in the night time, the moon is on the other side of the ball, and at night time, right, the moon is at the bottom of the ball. You can't rotate and see the sun and moon at all, because you're in the northern hemisphere and you're looking at Polaris. So the only way you can see Polaris and see the moon rise and set in front of you is if the Earth is flat.
So what's this? See, this is what you showed. See, that's what you showed with here. See this right here? He sees sees Polaris and he sees the moon. So what's the problem? What's the problem?
Polaris and see the moon rise and set in front of you is if the Earth is flat. Look at it.
This is exactly what you showed in your previous thing right here. It's exactly. This is the first person representation of that.
The shadows of look at the reflection of the moon on the ocean. So.
Oh, you mean this fake ass water that has a reflection built into it? Yeah, okay. You're fucking doomed, dude. You're fucking saying, look at the reflection of the stars in CGI. You're admiring that there's reflection in a cartoon. Barney Rubble, what an actor.
They're going to tell you that you won't get it right, that you're not qualified to tell the difference between a rooster and a duck. So this person's a wolf. He's paid for. He's a paid wolf. Now, when Jesus Christ was on earth.
Okay. Why are you talking about Jesus in a scientific discussion?
He dealt with the same issues, the authority of men. I like how he does this.
You're not qualified to understand the law.
He includes Jesus in the conversation.
Right. How did he respond? Well, he simply said, he who has ears, let him hear. So what qualified you to understand the law? Oh, your ears. If someone read the law out to you, you had ears to understand it. That qualified you. He who has ears, let him hear. Now, if you had eyes,
this is super. What's up?
What's going on. Well, you qualify.
This guy is dumb as fuck.
This is what it is. It's simple.
You know what's funny? I was going to send Mr. Super the link, and I couldn't do it.
Exists in religion.
For some reason, I couldn't. Yeah.
Science and
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't know you're going to put it,
comes from
for everyone.
the word to promote, to increase one's power. and it's for the purpose of control. Now, it exists in religion and it exists in science equally. It's about control. Now, let's look at the bigger picture about applying what we understand.
This is you
It's a logical conclusion. If the Earth is flat and stationary, then there is a God, and God must have an opposer, and humanity is caught in the middle. If someone says to me, can you prove there's a God?
But God didn't create a flat Earth, didn't create the Earth. So your whole argument is just bullshit.
Well, I can if I can prove the Earth is flat, and the sun and moon are
But you can't. None of you fuckers can.
orbiting above your head. End of discussion. Right? So they can't afford for you to understand that the Earth is flat.
So hit pause just so I'm not talking over him. Like,
Okay.
This guy, like he was just showing. This part is not what I'm talking about, but the part where, because he's a camera guy, this guy right here. What do you think, right? He when he explains that whole idea of like if you're positioned on the ground and you're moving, and you're observing things in the sky, like it's almost like incomprehensible to think about it that way. You know what I mean? Like when you really think about like you're spinning on a ball and then you're looking at things also moving, like the moon is moving, in reference, obviously in reference to the sun and the Earth, and then of course they say that the sun is not really moving in reference because it's like over there for so far away and everything, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy to think about observing things as you're spinning on a freaking globe, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Why is that crazy, dude? Why is that crazy? Just, it blows my mind that something like that baffles these people.
to get to it, especially
like I've watched his little, like he just showed there. Like he's done a few new ones lately,
Yeah,
but it's like, dude, it's like mind-boggling to think about. Like to think about how it really works, Like if you're on a ball, I'm saying if you're on a ball. Now, it's not mind-boggling if you're on a flat stationary Earth. It's actually not mind-boggling at all. It's like everything is moving around you, right? But to think about it really in the spherical way, it's crazy, dude.
Right. To like give yourself into the deep thought and give it a real possibility, it's like so ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have to actually follow your motion, not the object's motion.
Wow.
They're actually tracking the object that's moving around you, though you have to reference it like that.
Well, I mean, even while you're moving, your eyes would be, even how your eyes would be moving would be fucking weird.
Yeah, right. But what are they called again? The mounts, the equatorial mounts, right?
The fuck are these guys talking about, man?
Yeah.
Equatorial mounts. All they do is, what do they do, Roger? Do you know what they do?
Well,
They align themselves, or you align them to the rotational center of the Earth. That's how they work, and they move it at the exact rate and opposite direction that the Earth rotates.
They follow the degrees in a second.
They just move it 15 degrees. Yeah, they move it like what the things are doing above your head are doing. You know what I mean? They're not moving. They're not calculating our spin and then the movement.
Yeah, it does. It counters our spin. It's the way it's the way it tracks things, man.
Of the moon and
if the Earth didn't spin, we wouldn't need an equatorial telescope mount, and it wouldn't have been invented.
Movement of the sun and the movement of everything else around you, like what I mean, like the wobble. It's not calculating any of that. All it's doing is making an arc in the sky, following the 15 degrees for It's
Scott,
very
let
simple.
me ask you a question, man. What do you think stars would look like if the Earth was really spinning at 1,000 miles an hour? And you looked up at the stars, would they look like individual points of light, or would they be like streaks all the way across the stars?
Like smudges, yes, streak.
Yeah, they. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
So stuff,
yeah. Streaks, yeah.
You know what?
I don't think any of them would be a stationary.
Like they would be a little bit like a tiny smudge almost. You know what I mean?
Like streaks as far as you could see, like fading out.
Yeah, and with their distance too. But according to them, light travels parallel for thousands and thousands of light years.
Of course, yeah, right. Just like water.
Light traveling parallel has absolutely nothing to fucking do with stars, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like follows a curve. When it gets big enough that you can't see it all at once, then it starts curving.
Well, it's perspective. That's all that is.
Refracting.
They hijack that. Reflecting.
I got it. I moved my mic. Is it better now?
Yeah. Move across the other side of the room.
Dumb as fuck.
How about now? Is it normal?
Yeah.
Is it still loud?
Normal? Right.
No.
Okay. All right.
If you think about it in their model, you would have, even with star trails, you would have a north to south star trail too.
Star trails would be oval on a flat Earth. And what do you mean north to south star trails?
How about now? Is it normal?
Yeah.
Is it still loud?
Normal? Right.
No.
Okay. All right.
If you think about it in their model, you would have, even with star trails, you would have a north to south star trail too.
Why? I mean, this motherfucker has the fucking nerve to say Globers don't even know their own model. and then says this shit. On their model, you'd have north to south star trails. How the fuck do you figure that, motherfucker?
How about now? Is it normal? Is it still loud?
I mean, Jesus, fuck.
Right.
No,
Okay. All right.
if you think about it, in their model, you would have, even with star trails, you would have a north to south star trail too. Just a small bit of one, but yeah, in the time lapse they take, that there would actually be motion from north to south too.
No, there wouldn't. Why? Why would there be? The Earth rotates on its axis. Its north and south axis. How could there be north to south star trails, you dumb piece of shit?
We're traveling.
Fuck
through the
me.
universe, so we're going around the galaxy. There would actually be a time lapse trail between north and south, let alone east to west. And
that's the thing. If you buy into any part of the lie, you got to buy the whole.
Everything moves at the same time, asshole. Everything's moving the same direction at the same time, and everything's expanding away from each other. Stars aren't going that way, and we're going this way. Everything's moving at once. You fucking dumb asshole.
Whole line that gets you moving nearly 500,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
When you add all the speeds up.
Oof.
Yeah, but they zero out.
And you can't pick and choose. Like you got to follow their as they change their.
They
line,
zero
you gotta
out.
Follow it.
Okay, now is there
Jesus
what is
fucking
it,
Christ.
force that would make the stars appear to go in a circular pattern? What's the name of that? Coriolis.
Coriolis.
Yeah.
Oh, Coriolis.
Yeah. So
the stars are moving at 1,000 miles an hour on your flat Earth, right? They'd have to be. Why aren't they streaking? Why aren't they streaks across the fucking sky, asshole? They're a lot closer than the stars in the heliocentric model. So why aren't they streaking?
there's no Coriolis in the stars.
Nope, only in bullets.
Well, like you were just saying, parallax, like actual parallax.
There's no Coriolis in the stars. Jesus fucking Christ. Are you fucking shitting me?
Coriolis in the stars. Coriolis.
Oh, Coriolis.
Yeah. So there's no Coriolis in the stars.
Nope, only in bullets.
Well, like you were just saying, parallax, like actual parallax would happen constantly, right? Wouldn't parallax be constantly happening?
Yeah,
all the time?
yeah, but they're all
happening. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the idea that you could be looking at a star that burned out years ago and it just took the light that long to get to you is so freaking ridiculous.
Well, you can't prove that light does that.
They actually want you to look at a star and say, well, that might have been 50 years ago.
Yeah, you can prove that light does that, dumb fuck. Yeah, you can. Light has a speed, asshole. Light has speed. That's why we can measure things with it. We can measure the distance to things with it. With a laser. Fuck me.
Years ago, and the light's taking that long to come and reach your eye, dude.
Yeah. Well, Answers in Genesis actually did a video just recently on that, and they try to combine the heliocentric model with the biblical model, which is insane.
Son Genesis?
Not Robert. No. Answers in Genesis.
Oh, who's that one again?
Well, Answers in Genesis, Danny Faulkner's group.
Oh, Faulkner, yeah.
The Bible doesn't say shit about the earth. It doesn't measure the earth. It doesn't quantify the earth. Why the fuck are you looking at the Bible for information about the size and shape of the earth?
Faulkner.
Yeah. He's never really answered any of our questions we've asked him. He said he's got all the answers.
Hey, fill in the blank. Where were you when we were arguing about with Globies about how light actually doesn't really travel, like sound does not really travel. It's not traveling. It's freaking sound is not even a thing. Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't take sound time to go from one point to another. You can't clap or have someone clap like a football field away and then hear the sound later. See, when you say sound travels, talking about sound, the waves that disrupt the air, it travels. It goes from where its origin outward. God, you're a dumb motherfucker.
That's what I was trying to explain to those guys, and they're like, "No, it doesn't." They were giving me the, "No, it doesn't."
Perturbation of the medium.
I'm going to skip ahead to this next example.
I mean, they're just stupid.
Hi, what's up? What's going on, Sidewinder? Good to see you.
Good to hang with you, man. I went out with Sandy for a few minutes, and my machine kept tanking out, dude. So like it would start stuttering. And
hey, what are they talking about up there?
My brother. Oh, that's Mandela night. So they're talking about Mandela.
Sandy had headaches, I think, the other day. I don't comment on it.
You got a man excuse for me, anyway?
A what? A man excuse?
A man excuse. Yeah.
No.
You got to get Sandy.
What the fuck is this mess?
Like
what?
what?
A man's
A man's excuse. Yeah.
Excuse? No.
You got to get Sandy to get that. If you got an excuse for a Mandela effect, it's a man excuse.
Manscaped.
Oh, really? I got a lot of them.
I like Sandy. I think I like her show. Sometimes I just sit and listen to it. It's pretty funny.
Ooh, I haven't been hanging out there for a while, but I popped in tonight and they kind of challenged me to come on, so I joined for a few. And didn't work out, so I came over here.
Oh, they
Hang
had
out
a
with
couple of
pals.
movies in the chat the other day, and one guy was bragging about his unit size to Sandy in the chat.
What?
Yeah.
In chat? In chat even? Like,
Yeah.
oh
I'm
boy.
like, okay.
That's always handled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they were deleting the comments left and right, dude. They were just click, click.
I think she gets trolls just
These guys have no fucking no concentration at all. Just it's like fuck squirrel.
like all the other channels.
Well, everybody does, man. You're crazy. Ford didn't print their logo differently over time. All right.
Dude, Ray said he was on so long ago that people were in Mandela diapers. I thought it was hilarious. He's like, you guys are in Mandela diapers. Like, these Mandela diapers sound comfortable.
Yeah, I never got mine, dude. Messed up.
So I want to dig into what Rory's going to say next. He's going to go with the directions and horizontal. So I think he's going to explain something else pretty decent. I haven't seen this video.
You got to really pay attention to this. If you don't pay attention, you don't get it. It's crazy.
You got to take the horror out of horizontal.
It's complex. I'll tell you that much. It's
It
complex.
is, dude. It's
And we-
mind-boggling.
You remember Bob the Science Guy?
No, it's not mind-boggling, man. It's really quite simple.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so QE made
I wish I forgot.
Right.
And he had Bob and Jessica, and it was Bob's horror, his horizon. He was talking about how you don't have to find your horizon with a sextant. He was going on and on about it. How do you find how do you get your level? You use a horizon mirror on a sextant. And so
No, you can get level by other means than the horizon.
they call it Bob's horror. And they use Jessica Rabbit as a meme.
Nice.
It's been a while, man. Some of those numpty clips these guys are like amazing. You can laugh at it for a while, but I mean, it's getting old. So that's why
Oh,
we're
it's
saying
real
like,
old.
we don't need to go back over and over with these people. I mean, I went through Simon Dan. I used to go into his Facebook chat and like I would ask questions, and then they couldn't come with decent answers at all. So
Dude, it's an echo chamber, dude. It's a total echo chamber.
No, they don't have answers for everything. Only in Genesis.
You guys into the square. It's very simple. Right, so I'm going to ask you a question. If you're in the north and you're facing north and you can see a flat horizon, can you turn to the
You don't see a flat horizon.
west and see the sunset in the west if you're on a ball? If the Earth's a ball, the answer is no, you can't. So I'm going to show you why.
Say what?
If you're in the north and you're facing north and you can see a flat horizon, can you turn to the west and see the sunset in the west if you're on a ball?
Yes, you fucking can. You absolutely fucking can.
If the Earth's a ball, the answer is no, you can't. So I'm going to show you why.
Here we go.
Well, if you look into the west, if you turn, you can see the north, now you look to the west. Can you see the south side of the ball if the sun is setting at the equator? No.
What the fuck are you talking about? The sun doesn't set to the south, asshole. It sets west. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You can't. So I'm going to show you why.
Here we go.
Well, if you look into the west, if you turn, you can see the north, now you look to the west. Can you see the south side of the ball if the sun is setting at the equator? No.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can see south. What are you fucking talking about? You can't see the South Pole if you're north of the equator, you stupid fuck. But you can see the sun facing west. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because it must be on the other side of the ball.
No, the sun is just setting. It's not on the other side of the ball. It's going to the other side of the ball, but until it sets, it's still on your side of the ball, man.
But you do. It means the Earth is flat. And the sun and moon are orbiting above your head. So,
Jesus, what a dumb fuck. Just absolutely bullshit.
let's look at that same issue in another way.
What, everybody leave?
If you're facing north, you're in the northern hemisphere, you're facing north, seeing the horizon, that's the key. You can't see the sun and moon rise up from the horizon and set behind the horizon because they're always behind you. You're in the north.
You turn the fuck around, man. What the fuck are you talking about? This guy's dumb as shit. Well, there's nobody here. So I'm just going to close out. I've been on for fucking hour and a half. I'll continue this on tomorrow because AJ comes in, Andrew Johnson comes in, so we'll take